Let the record show, High Chancellor Rizik began, adjusting the golden sash over his second neck, that Earth has refused 73 peace invitations. Their silence borders on hostility. Snorts echoed through the marbled hall. A Threxian delegate leaned forward. They're not silent. They're primitive. They don't know how to respond. Laughter scattered like broken glass across the chamber. Ambassador Villak of the Kepler Alliance raised a brow. And yet, the outer sectors report ships vanishing. Fleets. Entire fleets. Coincidence, barked General Kerr, tusks glinting in the lights. Or pirates. But certainly not Earth. Their last recorded vessel was a combustion cruiser. It smoked for star's sake, Rizik nodded. They have no quantum fleet, no planetary shields, no interstellar alliances. They are isolated. They are outdated. They are irrelevant. But Villak didn't smile. He blinked slowly. Irrelevant. Species don't make dreadnoughts disappear. No one replied. A low chime hummed across the council floor. An aide stepped forward, visibly pale. Her voice cracked. Apologies, Council. There's been an event. Everyone turned. A human probe just entered orbit over Veltrax. The word human cut the laughter off like a guillotine. Rizik frowned. And? The aide swallowed hard. It spoke? Spoke? Kerr scoffed. What primitive radio bursts? No. She looked at each of them. It said exactly 4 words. The silence had weight now. Even gravity seemed uncertain. What? Words? Rizik said slowly. She looked down at her pad. You were warned. Leave. The chamber went quiet. Kerr slammed his fist. A threat from a drifting probe? Pathetic. But nobody agreed this time. Villak whispered, How did it survive the entry field? The aide didn't answer. From above, a holoscreen flickered on uncalled. No signal ping. No council authorization. Just a crackling static. And then the feet of Veltrax Station. A camera swung wildly. Sirens blared. Dozens of alien officers sprinted in chaos, their armor scratched, mouths open in panic. In the background a ship, but not a ship. It didn't move like their vessels. It didn't glide. It advanced. Blocky. Brutal. Matte black like it was painted with ash. No signal beacon. No request codes. Just a single red light pulsing on its underside like a heartbeat. What is that? Someone gasped. A technician screamed on screen. It's not responding. Our comms are jamming. It's targeting reactor deck. Then the holoscreen went white, static again, and silence. Rizik stood. That wasn't an attack. That was a message. Kerr's voice lost its edge. From a probe? Villak shook his head. From Earth. One word escaped someone's lips in the back. Impossible. The aide was shaking now. We scanned the signal log. The ship's name was encoded. No one asked. But everyone waited. She said it like she was confessing sin. It was called ... Retaliator. Kerr opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Villak broke the silence. You called them irrelevant. I call that a warning shot. Rizik turned slowly. And if they shoot for real? The aide looked at her pad again. There's more. Everyone froze. A transmission followed the event. It auto-decrypted. Human voice, male, calm. Play it, Rizik ordered. The holospeakers clicked and then a voice smooth, unhurried filled the chamber. You thought Earth was quiet because we were weak. You forgot we were listening. Calculating, waiting, a pause. The kind that makes your blood colder than deep space. Push us again. And we'll show you what real silence looks like. The voice cut. No music, no signature. Just dead air. Deadly air. Kurr was the first to speak again, but softly now, maybe. We shouldn't push them. Rizik didn't respond. Instead, stared at the blank holoscreen where the ship had once flickered, where a world had ended. Without even being fired upon, they thought it was mercy. It wasn't. Is it true? Jake's voice was steady. Too steady. The kind of calm that meant something inside him was already gone. The general didn't answer. The long-range window showed what was left of Veltrax chunks of molten steel and station debris drifting like burnt feathers in space. Sir, Jake said again, slower. Is it true they fired first? General Clark finally looked at him. No, he said. They didn't fire at all, Jake blinked. Then why is it gone? Clark exhaled through his nose. Because we warned them. The silence in the command room was thick, not fear-something colder. Like a piano key held too long in an empty concert hall. Jake's jaw tightened. That wasn't a warhead, was it? No. EMP? No. Jake stared at the wreckage. Then what the hell did we do? Clark turned and keyed a secure command into the console. The lights dimmed. A vault door hissed open behind them. No more guessing, Clark said. You've earned the clearance. Come with me. Jake followed down 2 floors, through 3 security scans, past rooms that didn't exist on official maps. Then, the vault. The walls were black glass. 1 table. 2 chairs. 1 file reel. Paper, not digital. Clark placed it in front of him. Jake opened the folder. A single photo. A satellite image of Earth, dated 11 years ago. And something else. A facility carved into a mountain ridge, glowing red from a distant atmospheric flare. You know what that is? Clark asked. Jake nodded slowly. Project Penumbra. It was shelved. Too unstable. Clark's voice dropped. A register. No, it was finished and perfected. Jake looked at him. Why? Clark didn't flinch. Because we knew. Eventually, someone was going to test us. Jake sat back. His mouth was dry. They didn't even fire a shot, sir. Nope. Jake shook his head. We erased a space station the size of a city without launching a missile. Clark leaned forward, his voice razor sharp. They kidnapped our envoy 3 months ago. Tortured him for 2. Then sent his body back in a salvage crate with a message written in his own blood. Jake didn't move. They thought we'd play diplomat. Again. He looked up. Did the council ever respond to our final warning? Clark's lips curled. But it wasn't a smile. They laughed. Jake's knuckles turned white. A soft beep broke the tension. New transmission. High priority. Clark turned to the monitor. Put it through. It wasn't a visual this time. Just audio. And it wasn't. From Earth, Council Command to Terran Military Authority. Your vessel Retaliator committed an act of war. You are hereby ordered to stand down, surrender the ship, and prepare for consequences. Jake looked at the speaker. He didn't even look angry. Just calm. Clark didn't respond. He walked to the console and played a message back. No edits. No softening. Earth's voice, again calm, human, unfazed. You pushed us too far. That was it. No name. No request. No threat. Jake stood slowly. How many ships have we prepped? Clark tapped a secure pad. The holodisplay showed a silent fleet. No emblems, no lights, just thousands of dark, angular ships asleep behind the moon's shadow. Jake's voice came out quiet. Those aren't warships. Clark nodded. Correct. They're warnings. In case no one heard the first one, Jake whispered. And if they ignore them? Clark turned to the window, to the stars. Then we stop warning. Outside, the stars didn't flicker. A human fleet, silent, invisible. Ancient and angry, began to stir, and the galaxy had no idea what was coming. They thought we wanted peace. We didn't. We wanted restraint, and now that was gone. Joel took cover behind the crash-scorched bulkhead, his breathing ragged, ears ringing. from the impact blast. The metallic tang of fear coated his tongue. His squad was gone, vaporized in seconds, not killed. Not wounded. Erased. He didn't understand what had hit them. No energy signature, no visible strike, just a hum, and then the air cracked. He pressed his clawed fingers to his command. This is Lance Bearer Joel. Confirm. We've lost forward post 7. No reply, only static. The corridor lights above him flickered and failed. Then the emergency reds kicked in. 2. Quiet. Way too quiet. Joel tried to replay the moment it started. They had eyes on a Terran scout-class ship, at least that's what command called it. Crude shape. No formation. It drifted toward them like space junk with a bad attitude. Their cruiser had locked on, but the human ship didn't fire. It just blinked. 1 second it was a dozen clicks out. Next second, it was in front of them. No hyperspace trail. No distortion. Ripple. Just dash there. ZHAL single quotes as voice cracked in his throat. He remembered Krylos, their demolition lead, stepping forward. It's glitching, just a decoy. We disable and extract tech. Krylos reached for a dot and then Joel blinked. Krix was gone, not blasted, not scattered, just gone. His boots were still there. The only sound was the faint ping of the scout's hull. Tick, tick, tick like a clock counting backward. Joel whimpered. As something moved ahead, a shadow past the corridor end. No heat signature. No magnetic profile, but it moved with purpose. He backed into the bulkhead, holding his plasma rifle like it meant anything. He clicked the safety off. Something behind him whispered. He spun. Nothing. A hiss crackled in his helmet. Joel. He froze. That wasn't his Joel, this is your only warning. A human voice, male, calm. I'm not in your system. I'm not in your sector. I'm already inside your command. So run, little soldier. Run far. Joel screamed. He fired blindly down the corridor, the plasma bolt searing walls. Carving into nothing. Then dash silence. He fell to his knees. The lights returned. His chirped. Joel? This is Control. Where's your squad? Joel couldn't speak. Joel report. His mouth worked, but no sound came out. Joel? He finally managed a word. They vanished. Static again. Then a soft voice. Not Control. The human again. You never understood restraint. Now you'll learn what silence really feels like. The floor shook under him. Not violently. Not like an explosion, but like a heartbeat. Boom. Boom. He turned to the corridor, and for just a moment, just a flicker, he saw it. A human figure. No armor. No suit. Just eyes. Dark. Unblinking. The light surged blinding white, and then black. Command lost all contact with Joel's cruiser. 10 seconds later. No explosion. No wreckage. Just a clean void. Like something had deleted the ship from reality. And in its place, a single message transmitted across 16 star systems. You were warned. They gathered in secret, not a council session. Not a summit. An emergency tribunal inside a shielded bunker beneath an unnamed noon in a dead system. No translators. Number. Advisors. Just 12 of the galaxy's highest-ranking leaders, and one hologram, a TERRN. Female, unarmored, sitting like she had all the time in the universe. Begin transmission, Chancellor Rezik said, voice trembling slightly. The Terran. Woman smiled. Not warmly. Not cruelly. Just knowing. You brought this on yourselves, she said. We waited. We warned. We whispered. She leaned forward. You laughed. Someone across the table, Premier Hya snapped. This is an unauthorized broadcast. Shut it down, another delegate tried. The interface failed. Systems locked. Lights dimmed. The stars above the glass dome flickered out. The woman didn't move. Your fleets destroyed colonies. Your agents abducted envoys. You dissected our scouts, and then you denied it. Hyas started. No, she cut him off. You don't get to speak now. Silence. And then the feed changed. Not her. The sky. One by one, system cams linked in-love visuals from military planets, trade routes, deep space outposts, all showed the same thing. Ships. Thousands. Black. Featureless. Unbranded. Blocking suns. Orbiting moons. Sitting just outside firing range. No broadcasts. No energy spikes. No sound. Just waiting. Each of these vessels is equipped with non-atomic erasure payloads, the woman said. They don't explode. They don't scream. They just end things. Gasps around the room. This is an act of war. Someone shouted. No, she said softly. This is your last chance to avoid one. Rezik stood. What do you want? The woman didn't answer. She blinked slowly. As if the question wasn't worth asking. Then the screens turned white, and on each, a list. No commentary. Just names. Coordinates. Events. Those, she said, are the crimes committed against Earth in the last 40 years. Hyas spat. You're threatening 1,000 civilizations for the actions of a few. She looked him dead in the eye. You held the knife. You looked away. That's enough. Claws curled. Teeth bared. Voices rose. And then a single flash. On the screen labeled System 92 Gamma, a planet vanished. No explosion. No light, just a blink, and then it was gone. Screams echoed across the table. The woman raised a hand. One? That was one. Rezik staggered back into his seat. What are you? She stood now, not tall. Not intimidating. Just finished. We're the species you left alone too long. She turned to walk off screen. Her last words chilled the air. You should have been grateful we warned you at all. The screens cut to black. In the void of that moon sky, the Terran fleet never fired again. They just remained. Watching. Judging. Waiting. Across the galaxy. Every government began a different kind of war against their own secrets. Treaties were signed. Broadcasts sent. Memorials built. No more abductions. No more lies, but Earth didn't respond. Didn't answer. Didn't blink. Because Earth wasn't negotiating. They were remembering. And now? The galaxy would never forget.